Welcome back to Data Dose. My name's Robert. It's my pal Susan. We have a friend in our life that we called before, and I'm going to make another pitch to her now. Her name is Brene Brown. Everyone say hi, Brene.
Renee.
She's out there in amazing ways. And yes, that's right. The invitation's here. I wanted to share with you and make the call to Brene as well. Call to adventure, as it were, which she will understand. The other day, my mentor in my PhD program told me, Robert, you need to read Rising Strong, because in the introduction, she talks about her methodology of being a storyteller, and how it has changed research, and how
That's
really
great.
intimately talks about early in her process, she was very much a quantitative researcher and felt the debate in what probably was like the late 90s or early 2000s or so was strongly toward, could you be one or the other? And basically, there wasn't middle ground to be found. And she's fought for and has, now lives in her qualitative space very comfortably, and at the same time is able to translate and use quantitative. She's working to bridge these things. And I was stunned as I was reading it, because so much of it felt like if I had read this 2 years ago, I would have been a lot more confident to get on the path I'm currently on, because I met the people she's talking about who were those quant never qual type people.
Mhm.
And
And
really,
that defined that's what you could see. That's all.
yeah, well, I thought it was
Really
all that
hard.
was I thought it was all that was going to be allowed, right? And I take responsibility for the fact that I knew coming in, I was an outsider in this, PhD scientific program as a guy with a couple liberal arts degrees. Um, yeah, okay, this is going to be, a change. I'm ready to, whatever you say, I'm here to be a good follower, and I am. And maybe too, this is almost, what is it? Philip Zimbrano talks about the. It's not quite the bystander effect, but it's similar to that, where you take on what the leaders say without enough critical thought or questioning. I was so fearful of my tentative position in the program, which wasn't nearly as tentative as, well, maybe, who knows if it was or wasn't, but that I was going to just do what they said. And you remember, because early days, you kept kind of edging me toward, well, can't you do more? And I'd go, I'd like to, but I can't. I'd like to, but I can't. I remember
Yeah.
saying it to you all the time.
Yes, it seems so logical. How ironic is that? It seemed logical that you should do qualitative, but that's what was happening in the games. It was heart stuff and emotion based, and
That's right. And here she is again, the leader. I'll hold the book because I'm reading it right now. That she's literally saying that. She talks about the quote, if I can find it here real quick, where her husband asked her, what do you want to do? And she wanted to be involved in a conversation about changing the role of what it meant to have qualitative research, and what it meant to have emotions, and well, I think vulnerability. That's really what it was.
vulnerability.
um,
Yeah.
Vulnerability, courage, authenticity, um, all those things. And she said, I mean, she set out to make it a worldwide discussion, and she's done that.
Yes, and in your little world, you lived it. You were vulnerable. You
Oh,
you need to not have had the greater perspective of how rich and helpful that was going to be to you in your evolution.
it's funny when you hear it, right? Because Dr. Crabb was pushing me toward Brene Brown last year about this time, and I was too busy to hear it. And this was before my comprehensive exam. It's like, sounds nice. I'll get to that somewhere down the road. I didn't realize that her work could be, in fact, bedrock to me, not outside interesting. No, I can point to it and say it's legit research. That took finding the right mentor, of course, but I mean, the lesson for me within all of that is to step up, is to say, this feels right and I need to declare it. If that means changing course, changing team members, changing my ohana, the family
Changing
activity.
horses in midstream, changing, yes, but
Yeah.
you were advocating from your heart for your understanding of what made sense, and ultimately the team came to you
Well,
and said,
and you very strongly have to compliment you. You repeatedly telling me, hey, I'm telling you, as the person you're trying to reach as a representative of this Parkinson's group you say you're serving, you get to tell the story this way. I want my voice heard. And so that's, thank you.
And I took all the quantitative things and they were like, yeah, what? It's not nearly as meaningful.
I checked the box. Wait till you see the paper. It's almost done. Wait till you see the paper. Yeah, it's good. Because it does. It checks the box. And then it goes, and here's what I did. We'll see you on the next dose.